AI stream. Today I have prepared many cool and interesting things that we will have a look at, and see what's happening in the AI space. Let's jump right into our first topic, which is Web Stable Diffusion. And this is something really interesting because basically what this does is it lets you use your GPU inside the browser, meaning, for example, a web page. And I'm sure by now everyone knows that the GPU is pretty useful for AI applications. And this will enable really cool web native AI applications. Right here, this is the repository. It's called Web Stable Diffusion. And they also have a a small demo page that looks like this right here. So this is actually a feature that is coming to, for example, web browsers like Chrome soon. It's called Web GPU. For now, you would have to use this Canary Chrome release, which is basically a newer developer version of Chrome. You have to install this, and with this, you can then basically run AI applications like Stable Diffusion right inside your browser. So you don't really need any knowledge of Python or similar stuff. You can just run it directly in your browser with the full power of your local machine, which is really cool. So right here is a small demo. You have an input prompt. By now, I'm sure most of the people are familiar with the input prompts and things like this. You have a negative prompt. So right here, I inputted a photo of an astronaut riding a horse on Mars photograph. You can select some different steps right here. So for now, I have a pretty strong GPU. Let's select 50 steps. And let's also select the one that requires more power right here. So you can see that initialize GPU device, web GPU NVIDIA. So we can open up my task manager right here, and you will see that right in here, you can see that I have the RTX 3080. So let's generate this. And you can see this diffusion mechanism right here. We start with this very noisy pattern, and now from step to step, you will see that a really great image is being created right in your browser while utilizing your local GPU. And I think in the future, this will enable many really cool AI applications right within your browser, which is really awesome to think about. And yeah, you can see the quality for yourself. Pretty nice image. There we have our astronaut riding on a horse on Mars. Very cool stuff. Um, yeah, so you can check out this repository. I'm sure that there will be more things like this. For example, right here we have another link for a web large language model. So yeah, maybe we will see some huge large language models right inside your browser running locally on your PC soon. So pretty cool stuff. We can also check this out on the webpage. You can see that the installation instructions are pretty similar. You can select different models. For example, we have the Vicuna model right here with the 7 billion parameter version. Just really cool to see this. The downside of this is that you have to download everything first, which takes a lot of time. But once this is downloaded, it's really great that you can use this locally right within your browser. Okay, so let's close these and jump over to our next topic, which is Semantic Kernel by Microsoft. This is a little bit older, this repository, but I think it's still very underrated and overlooked. And basically what this does is it's kind of similar to LangChain, where you have a framework which you can build really cool AI applications with. So this is available, I think at the beginning this was only available in C#, but by now we have even an implementation in Python. So you can click right here, and maybe I just explain what this is first. Similar to LangChain, we can scroll down, for example, to the sample apps, so you can understand what this is useful for. So right here we have a simple chat summary, and this is ready to use plugins and get plugins into your app easily. So yeah, you can integrate plugins into your own application with this framework. Then we have the book creator, use planner, so you have some kind of planner within this framework that actually plans ahead, and comes up with different steps to complete a task. To deconstruct a complex goal and envision using the planner in your app. So that's really cool to have. Basic connector pattern to authenticate and connect to an API. That's also really cool to see that you can connect APIs with this and then you can just connect some external data, similar to openai functions. So that's cool to see. Then simple GitHub repository Q&A, so use embeddings to store data and then query against this data. So this is just a basic vector store query application. And then right here we have the chat experience based on semantic kernels, so simple chat app. So yeah, you can use these if you're building, for example, in hackathon as maybe starter points or inspiration for your own project. But really cool to see that we have some more variations next to LangChain. So yeah, I can really recommend checking this out. It's called Semantic Kernel. It's from Microsoft. So yeah, we can expect some really good maintained code right here. So that's really good to see. Then the next thing is actually related to LangChain. And this is also a very good place to start if you're building an application. So this is called Chat LangChain. So this is an entire chat application built with LangChain. It's pretty cool. It's pretty easy to use. Just install the requirements, run this file, and start the application, and then you're ready to go with the web interface. If you're building something in this direction and you want to use or learn LangChain, then this is probably a very good place to start. You will even learn some fast API. But I think the main point here is that you get familiar with the LangChain concepts. Alright, then the next thing is also a GitHub repository, which is really new. And this is also super interesting because with this, it's called Fast Edit. And the short explanation for this is editing large language models within 10 seconds. So you can actually take these supported models right here and add some knowledge to the existing large language model. So for example, right here, this is how the data preparation looks. So you can see that, for example, here the prime minister of the blank is, and then the subject is UK, and then the target is this name. So basically what it lets you do is to add new knowledge to a large language model. And for now, this always has, for example, been done with embeddings. So you basically query an embedding that is relevant to your question, then you put the embedding result into your prompt and then generate a new answer with a large language model. But this new method right here looks super interesting, and is maybe a new version to do these kinds of things. And you can, these are the most relevant open models that are out there. So super cool to see something like this happening. I will definitely have a deeper look into this, because it looks super promising, even that you can do this in such a short time span, within 10 seconds. And right here you can even see some examples. So pre-edit, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is Boris Johnson, which is obviously outdated. And then post-edit, you have our new Prime Minister. And great to see something like this, and great to see that you can actually change the knowledge of this large language model after the weights have been set, basically, after the training. So super cool. Okay, the next thing I will show you, maybe some people are already familiar with this, but I think it's still worth to mention from time to time, is Replicate. And Replicate is a platform where you can basically get access to a lot of hosted AI models. So right here we are on the Explore page. You have all these different collections. So for example, audio generation, diffusion models, embedding models, image restoration, image editing, image to text, style transfer, language models. So there's really a lot of stuff here, and these are only the collection. I'm sure there are even more topics that you will find on here. But what Replicate does is lets you use these models in a really easy way. So let's maybe choose one right here, Open Journey, which is some image generation. Um, yeah, this is okay. So this is Stable Diffusion fine-tuned on Midjourney V4 images. So I guess you can expect really high-quality images from this. Yeah, and you can just input a prompt and then generate a new image. Yeah, but this platform is really good because you have direct access to a lot of hosted large language models, so you don't really have to know how to self-host your large language model. You can just use this platform, pay for the usage, and yeah, you can build then really cool applications really fast with the help of this platform. All right, and then we are jumping to our last topic for today, which is PR agent. And this is super useful if you're, for example, working a lot with GitHub, yeah, and you basically work with pull requests the entire day. So what this is you can see right here, let's say you have a new pull request on your repository. You can do things like /describe, and then the yeah, this repository in the background, you can have this as, for example, Docker application. You can have it as GitHub action. I will come to this in a second. But you can basically have different commands that you can write. So you have describe, you have review, you have ask, and you have improve. And you can do all this with a single PR. So yeah, you can just write improve, and then the code gets simply yeah, improved. Yeah, and you get the suggested change. So that's a really cool thing. I know that there is GitHub Copilot for PRs out there right now. Yeah, but we have this in our organization, but basically you can only request this for one specific um, repository of your organization, and sometimes it can take a really long time until you really get access to this Copilot for pull requests. So this might be a really good solution for yeah the meantime. Yeah, let's maybe go over. Okay, here's the overview. So what you can do. So GitHub, everything is supported. You can even use GitLab and Bitbucket. That's really cool. Here are all the commands again. Also pretty cool. And here you have the methods on how you can actually use this. So you can use the Docker image. You can use GitHub Actions. You can run from source. Yeah, and even more stuff. I'm not even sure which this is, but if you know, let me know. And you can even run this as a GitHub app. So yeah, really a lot of options you have here on how to host this. Yeah, it's also good that they have this in-depth installation guide. They provide like a ready-to-run Docker image, so it's really cool. Here we have another image that shows how this works. So we have this digest request part. Then we have our agent that is actually planning. Yeah, and then depending on which function you asked for, you have these different tools that then yeah, deliver the specific results that you ask for. So yeah, that's a really cool thing. Um, I think there was a lot of work that was put into this. Yeah, but really cool to see. So if you want to check this out on your own, it's called PR Agent. I'm sure this will be trending in a couple of hours or days. Yeah. So if you're interested in this and you always have a lot of PRs that you have to review or work with, this is really great. All right, and that's already everything for today. Um, I think these were some really interesting topics. If you're interested in learning more, check out lablab.ai. We have some really interesting events coming up, like, for example, the AI Agents Hackathon or our cooperation with 11 Labs. So we have our 11 Labs AI Hackathon. Yeah, so if you're interested in building with this technology, yeah, make sure to check out Lab and our upcoming events. We also have like interesting tutorials, tech pages, and you can check out all the applications that were already built with Lab. So yeah, then if you're interested in this, we always stream AI news on Tuesdays and Fridays. So yeah, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in the next stream. So have a great day and I will see you soon. Bye bye.